and I am the Director of Technology here at UAB School, and I'm here to introduce to you design technology for GCSE. I'm going to go over a couple of things. First of all, how is the course structured and what are you going to be doing? What are lessons going to be like and what topics are you going to study? And then finally, where might this lead if you are thinking about doing it for a career? So what will you be learning in DT? Well, there's quite a lot of theory we'll be covering. A lot of that is going to be based around the three main strands that are assessed in the assessment. For example, we're looking at core principles, where we're looking at different materials and their working properties. So what properties do they have when we're working with them? We're looking at things such as sustainability and the environment, energy generation, energy storage, smart materials, for example. We're also looking at specialist technical principles, which tends to be assessed through more extended style answers. And here we're going to go into a bit more depth on the different types of materials we'll be studying. For example, looking in more depth on timbers, manufactured boards and things like that. Looking at different metals, looking at polymers, looking where the sources, where they came from, and where do we get these materials from? Are they sustainable or not? How they manufactured, how they produced, and then also how do we maybe make use of them. We also look at things such as common specialist technical principles, such as the 6 R's, scales of production, and improving functionality. The final set of skills are going to be based around design and manufacturing principles. What are lessons going to be like? So you are going to be looking at a lot of theory, so for example about natural timbers. But on top of that, you also need to develop quite a lot of practical skills. Some of those skills are going to be design based, so practical drawing skills, but also skills with the machines, skills with hand tools, and then skills on how to join things together and things like that. So part of what we're going to be doing is learning what things are. Then you're going to be learning, well, how do I deal with that? How do I manage that? What practical skills do I need to be able to use it? And then ultimately over the year, you're going to be starting to make choices for yourself. So given a little brief, well, what materials would I want to use for that? What's the most practical? What makes the most sense? So what can you do with DT? Why take it? So there are some clear career paths that you might want to consider. For example, going straight into engineering. But also you might want to be the kind of person who comes up with an idea and then designs it and makes it, for example. So be an entrepreneur. So if you could imagine people on Dragon's Den, this is kind of very useful set of skills that you need to be able to do things like Dragon's Den. But also there's a lot of supporting skills which then link into other kind of things. For example, if you want to be an architect, well, architects need to be able to do technical drawings. And there's no other subject which allows you to develop that technical drawing, also develop the skills in the software you would use to make those technical drawings. So a lot of design in industry will be done through CAD software, for example. So why take DT? What's the purpose? Why do the subject? So if you want to go into engineering, then DT would link really well into that. It might be that you want to be able to design and create your own products. Well, again, DT will support that one because essentially that's what you'll be doing for the NEA. Also, there's a lot of skills you develop in DT that you won't be able to get in other subjects. For example, if you want to be an architect and you want to be able to develop your technical drawing, or want to be able to kind of use technical software to make a drawing, then DT is obviously perfect for that. It might be you want to become an apprentice, so maybe an apprentice carpenter, or you want to be a plumber, for example. Well, what other subjects allow you to work with wood? What other subjects allow you to learn how to drill safely and properly? So there's lots of skills that you'll develop in DT you won't get anywhere else. Another example, if you want to be moving into electronic engineering or even being an electrician, we do electronics as well. So there's lots and lots of skills you'll develop in DT you won't get in any other subject. So summing up, DT is an interesting, exciting course. You will get skills that you won't get anywhere else in any other subjects. It makes it unique. It is assessed through coursework as well as exams. So those of you who don't like doing loads of exams, that's perfect as well. And also, we all learn through a kind of mixture of theory and practical, so that gives you kind of that more practical hands-on approach, which is again perfect for people who don't necessarily like spending loads and loads of time sat down listening to a teacher.